Salvador Dalí and the Divine Comedy. If you love art, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Salvador Dalí was definitely an unexpected choice to illustrate Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy. After all, Dante's epic is one of Italy's greatest cultural treasures. It's celebrated by Italian institutions and deeply embraced by the Roman Catholic Church. So when, in 1950, it was announced that a Spanish surrealist, who had once rejected religion, would bring this deeply Italian masterpiece to life, people were shocked. That year marked the 700th anniversary of Dante's birth. To honor it, the Italian government invited none other than Salvador Dalí to illustrate the Divine Comedy, one of the most iconic works in Italian literature. But let's rewind just a little. In November 1949, Dalí had a private audience with Pope Pius XII. Yes, the Pope. And surprisingly, His Holiness agreed to Dalí's request to paint the Immaculate Conception. The result? One of Dalí's most celebrated masterpieces, the Madonna of Port Ligget. For many, this was a jaw-dropping moment. A surrealist, once calling himself void of all moral values, receiving such a gesture from the Pope, especially given his scandalous reputation during his early years in Paris with André Breton's Surrealist Circle. Seeing all this papal attention, the Italian government didn't want to be left behind. The Libreria dello Stato Italiano, that's the National Library, signed Dalí to illustrate a work by none other than Dante himself. Now, the Madonna of Port Ligget was already quite provocative for Catholic Italy. Picture this: the Virgin Mary with a transparent abdomen, baby Jesus with a hole in his body containing floating bread. But letting that Dalí illustrate the Divine Comedy? For some government officials, that was a national scandal. The backlash was intense. The controversy reached the Italian parliament. Under pressure, and to avoid legal challenges from left-wing members, the government canceled the deal. The exhibition of Dalí's watercolors, planned for Rome, was called off. But Dalí was already immersed in Dante's world and completely captivated by it. Rather than abandon the project, he brought it to the French publisher Joseph Fauré. In 1959, Fauré's company, Editions Dar les Arts Clairs, agreed to publish the project. They bought all of Dalí's watercolors and the rights to release the Divine Comedy in a luxurious, limited edition book. From 1951 to 1960, Dalí worked intensely, creating 100 watercolors inspired by Dante's journey through hell, purgatory, and paradise. These paintings became one of Dalí's most ambitious and imaginative bodies of work. The result? A surreal, powerful, and deeply personal interpretation of Dante's vision. The story, as you probably know, starts on Good Friday in the year 1300. Dante loses his way in a dark forest and is attacked by three beasts: a panther, a lion, and a she-wolf. His great love, Beatrice, sends the Roman poet Virgil to guide him through the afterlife, a journey through hell, purgatory, and finally paradise. Dante describes hell as having 9 circles, descending deep into the earth, each level punishing sinners in gruesome ways. The damned endure terrifying torments, monsters, and eternal suffering. Dalí's genius shines through his surreal interpretations of these scenes. His imagination was unleashed, unrestricted. With every brushstroke, he added layers to Dante's words, visual dimensions that words alone could never reach. In fact, Dalí identified so deeply with Dante that he saw himself as an interpreter of the poet's soul. He followed the verses closely, at times, but often allowed his fantasy to take over. He introduced his own symbols, obsessions, and ghosts. To some critics, he strayed too far. But to many others, his work added something entirely new. And while not every image perfectly aligns with Dante's text, many of Dalí's paintings stand on their own as powerful, haunting works of art. On May 19, 1960, the full set of 100 watercolors was exhibited at the Muséum Galliera in Paris, with Dalí himself in attendance. The collection included 34 illustrations for Inferno, 33 for Purgatory, and 33 for Paradise, one painting for each canto of Dante's masterpiece. Dalí's Divine Comedy remains one of the most unique and visionary artistic interpretations of the poem to this day. A surreal journey into the afterlife through the eyes of one of the most eccentric minds in modern art. So now, did you like the Salvador Dali's drawings? Did you think it comes close to the Divine Comedy? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video from art history. See you.